Hello everyone, this is Week 2 presentation, Data Leaks and Government's Role Protecting Consumers by Justin Allen, Class SSCU 380. How data is stolen and what's being done to stop it. Each year, people's personal information is consistently stolen by online hackers, and it's happened so often now that it's just become frankly the new normal, and our society's just learned to live with it. According to a report published by the Identity Theft Resource Center, a record number of 1,862 data breaches occurred in 2021 in the United States. This number broke the previous record of 1,506 set in 2017 and represents a 68% increase compared to the 1,108 breaches in 2020. Sectors like healthcare, finance, business, and retail are the most commonly attacked, impacting millions of Americans each year. And yet we all entrust corporations who we sign up for services to protect our data, but when it comes time to getting accountability for answering our data being leaked to third-party bad faith actors, often we're finding out that we're not always seeing the highest standards of care with maintaining cybersecurity. Types of data leaks. Since the advancement of the internet, the reality of our data being at risk has always been a concern for consumers. Two major events involving data being stolen put companies and governments on notice. From the company perspective, the first major data breach came from Yahoo. In 2013, hackers were able to gain access to information about all 3 billion Yahoo accounts. And from the government perspective, this was a result of U.S. government data that was leaked by WikiLeaks, with the first major incident in 2007, where WikiLeaks posts a U.S. Army manual of standard operating procedures for soldiers overseeing al-Qaeda suspects held in captive at Camp Delta in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, which led to major outcry from the mistreatment of detainees there. From the Yahoo leaks perspective, in 2013, Yahoo was attacked by hackers that the U.S. claimed was based in Russia and might have had come from Russian government direct involvement. The intruders obtained the security questions and backup email addresses used to reset lost passwords, which resulted in valuable information for some trying to break into their accounts owned by the same user, which resulted in multiple ripple effects. The full effect of the leaks was not even actually known until the documents were disclosed when the company was purchased by Verizon. All these years later, consumer confidence in Yahoo's security is still in question, let alone with all the other major tech companies out there who could be vulnerable to the same types of attacks. WikiLeaks. Founded by Julian Assange, WikiLeaks made history in 2007, leaking classified U.S. military operations in Iraq. WikiLeaks is a not-for-profit media source that allows anyone to anonymously donate classified information. This has led to an international case where Julian Assange is accused of espionage against the United States, as well as other charges from other nations that were related to cybersecurity and cyber breach. The U.S. government role and responsibility. With all these things happening in the world, it's apparent that protecting data is on the forefront mind of the United States and the corporations working within it. The United States is one of the largest markets for new technology and leads the world currently in AI technology. With these strengths comes the responsibility of safeguarding all this valuable data. Despite best efforts from both the government and private sector, hackers continue to steal information. There needs to be a high standard of accountability that holds private companies accountable for not protecting their users' information, as well as consequences for governments who sponsor the hacks. The Federal Trade Commission released its Privacy and Data Security Update for 2023 that highlights the FTC's work to protect consumer privacy and respond to the evolving ways that companies use consumer data, such as in the development of artificial intelligence models and misuse of healthcare data. This is a major issue that needs to be addressed, which comes to our conclusion and recommendations. The very way we think about data theft needs to change. If someone robs your house, it's a normal reaction to expect the criminals responsible to go to jail for the crime of theft. Right now, the feeling from a lot of people is that their data is stolen each year, and yet there is not always someone being held accountable for the theft. Usually what ends up happening is the company gets the heat for not doing enough to protect consumers' information. which is valid, but there also needs to be more transparency on the investigations themselves and the outcomes of law enforcement efforts to catch these criminals. For the classified information, government has to have a strong case for freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is paramount in a society such as ours, and it's constrained by the government to protect its classified information can often lead to conflicting events. The First Amendment clearly outlines freedom of speech. However, even in a free society, there needs to be a certain amount of information that's protected for the greater good of the country. Therefore, it is reasonable for an organization like WikiLeaks to be prosecuted for deliberately leaking classified information. Having a strong intelligence community will only better protect us, especially in this ever-driven cyber world. This is crucial in a world with new technology like AI and can impose a massive threat to the safety of our personal information. We need to do more, and we can. Thank you for listening to my presentation today. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, my name is Justin Allen. Have a great day. Bye-bye.